This is a public service message by the Ohio Department of Higher Education, the Ohio Cyber Range Institute, and the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence. More and more of us are banking online, which makes sense because it's more convenient. What can be easier than doing your banking without leaving your home? However, more online financial transactions means more and more of us have our account information potentially exposed to malicious actors, who often use keystroke loggers, which can be used to find out where you bank and then secretly capture your login credentials at the bank. While it can be a little scary, there are some fairly straightforward things you can do to bank online in a more secure fashion. We cover things like long passwords and using different usernames at different sites in another video. This video will be more focused on the computer you use to bank. While a Windows 10 or Mac computer can be configured with proper security controls, the fact is that bad guys move fast. Furthermore, if you're doing your general browsing on the same machine as your banking, you might stumble into something bad while doing a search, so you have to be careful. But there is a way to ramp up your security posture even more. You can get a dedicated computer to do your online banking. Now, while this may seem a bit extreme to have a dedicated machine, the cost of hardware is getting low enough that it's feasible. Remember, online banking simply uses a web browser, so you don't need a powerful machine. There are a variety of perfectly usable refurbished PCs from vendors that will do the job for less than $250 as of 2022. Using a dedicated machine for banking is just what the name implies. You only do financial transactions on this machine and nothing else. This also means you must keep the system up to date. One hardware option you might consider is a Chromebook. It's small, light, inexpensive, and secure. Unlike traditional PCs, whether Windows or Macs, Chromebooks were designed from the start for security. And Google routinely pushes security updates to Chromebooks until the end of its service life. Furthermore, they're offered by various hardware vendors, and you can usually find one of these for under $200. Actually, sometimes you can find it as low as $160. Now, we generally avoid advocating a particular product, but the Chrome operating system on Chromebooks is particularly useful for this particular application. A Chromebook has another advantage. You can browse the web as a guest without logging into the Chromebook. And while this may seem counterintuitive, browsing as a guest actually can be more secure. Chromebooks won't allow guests to install software, so bad actors can't trick you into installing malware, such as keystroke loggers. Guest mode also means that you aren't as easily tracked when you log off. Any user IDs or passwords from your sessions aren't stored. Basically, users that don't want to be bothered figuring out how to secure a Windows or Mac OS computer can use a Chromebook in a secure manner. So, for less than $200, you can put together a device to do your online banking that will protect you from a wide range of potential security concerns. Since Chromebooks are pretty prevalent these days, they aren't hard to find, and they tend to have the latest updates for using the internet and the World Wide Web. Be sure to check out all the other videos and other resources we have at the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence. Take care and God bless. This has been a public service message from the Ohio Department of Higher Education, the Ohio Cyber Range Institute, and the University of Dayton Center for Cybersecurity and Data Intelligence.